Hey friends, check this out. Today I'm going to repair this little speaker. Um, so yeah, they're not that expensive nowadays. My friend gave me this. Um, Originally I thought it was the battery because it wasn't charging. So I took it apart and charged it directly to the battery. But apparently the battery is not the problem. There's another issue. So I bypassed it, connected directly. I'll show you. Let me open this up. So as you can see, I opened it and I cut the wires a little bit and I connected a 5 volt power source directly, because this battery itself is like $20 at Amazon. The speaker, there's more upgraded speakers that are smaller and louder. So I don't think it was worth investing in a battery that may not be the problem. There's some kind of Wi-Fi connection or charging, I'm not sure, but when I connected it directly, it charged the battery. It lasted for a long time. So I thought I could just adapt a power connection, but I also want to make it mobile where I can charge it. It's not charging from its original DC input, the old USB port. So I'm going to use this old, what's kind of like a newer record player, but those cheap ones that because they're making a comeback, right? So I found this and I thought maybe I can repair it, but it has a part broken. So one of these little black things busted out, like it just blew up, and I don't feel like ordering that part. It's probably too much trouble. This thing itself is like $40-50 brand new, a little more than this speaker. But the good thing is I can salvage the power source from this one, which I'll show you right now. So this power source is actually a 5 volt, and the connection is positive negative, and it matches positive negative over here. So what I'm doing, so I removed this little part where the DC, the direct current volt input goes, and so I have this, the connector, the power supply, and the connector, right? So I'm gonna see if I can make it work. I already tested the power source directly here and it works, but I want to adapt it where I can put this little hole right here into this little speaker and use the cable to charge it. So let's see if that works. As you can see, it's not practical to cut a whole box and try to place this little part with all this, with this other non-functioning things. I just need this little hole so I can unplug the cable, right? And to have it hanging out here, it kind of looks a little bit weird, although it wouldn't matter as long as it works. But to protect it, what I want to do is put it from the inside. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I made a hole. Initially, I had made a hole that was this size, and the actual plug doesn't go all the way through. So I use a larger drill bit so the whole plastic can go in. Let's see if that works. Okay, so that's what the hole looks like on the inside, and I'm gonna put this on the inside so it doesn't look too weird. So you can just have a hole right here. I'm gonna align it and see if it fits. It fits perfect. Let me show you the front so you can see what I'm talking about. You see the cable actually goes inside and connects pretty well. Right now I gotta screw it on the corners so it doesn't move around, but that's the main point. Now once I secure this corners with some screws, it'll prevent it from moving around. So let's see if that's gonna work. I also cleared the speakers, the speaker space here. It has plenty of room, and I don't need to break this chip apart or this electrical part, because I do need this particular cable that's gonna be my power source once I connect it to the wall. And it'll charge the battery, which I already tried directly. This went to the speakers for the record player. I can just trim it out. But let's see, hopefully this works. So now I'm gonna put 2 little screws here to attach it. I drilled a tiny hole, and I'm gonna put the same screws that it had. I drilled a little tiny hole through the plastic. Okay, so let me tighten this one. I'm gonna drill another one right here and put the other screw. So the holes are a little bit not aligned, but that doesn't matter. What it matters is that this plug can go in and out without trouble. So let me finish tightening this up. There you go. The power supply is nice and steady. The screws are holding this inside part of the power supply really good. I just got to trim this cable, connect this to the battery cables, and close it up and see what it does. Okay, time to trim this extra cable so there's more room. All right, so I initially was just gonna put tape, but I'm gonna put a chunk of weld. I'm gonna do like electrical weld, so that way the cable. All right, so let's. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, so it's kind of hard because I gotta get me a tripod, but I usually fix little things like this, but I never record them. So this is going to prevent it from coming apart. I'll put a little tape so the cables don't rub against each other, but this is to prevent it from breaking loose. So, you know, this is a little portable speaker, so I want to make sure that I can enjoy it and the cables don't come loose. Okay, now I got to do the other side. So that's the idea. I don't know if I'll be able to record the other side because this was definitely a challenge, but this is the idea. All right, so now I'm going to weld the positive cable. I cut the cables too short from the battery because I thought the battery was going to be discarded, but it occurred to me to test it and it charged pretty well with the direct charger. So this doesn't look pretty at all, but it'll hold it, and that's what matters. Also, this will be on the inside, so you can't tell the sloppy job. I gotta get a tripod and a nice table where I can do things like this. So I put tape on this other connector. Actually, this one had a little cut that I used to cut, so I just secured it with tape. This one has the weld. This is the negative cables, and this is the positive. Once I put a little tape here, close it up, and I'll show you what it does. All right, so before I close it up, here is my tapes. It's not too pretty, but before I close it up and go through the trouble of putting it all back together, I'm gonna try the power on and see if it even works. The battery was dead, so I'm gonna turn the power on right here. No, there we go. Yes, we have power.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
There we go. So the Bluetooth device is connected. All right, so it is working. It's just that it doesn't record songs with the same phone I'm recording. So I have to record the sound with a separate phone. So it looks like it's working. I tried the music. I just have to try it with a different phone. I put the screws back on, and I have the plug here that you can just yank it out. Just take it out and put it back in. Put it back in, and now it's charging. So it's a direct charge to the battery, and we're bypassing the DC charge from the old USB. There's a problem with this connection, not charging properly. And I think we saved this little device from going through to the dumpster. I can charge it, unplug it, and take it on the go. And this turntable that I found, I'm kind of debating whether to throw it away. I do like the leather type of a texture here on the box. I may just clean it out and use it as a little storage, little mini briefcase. But the needle, I feel like I can reuse it for, like, I don't know if you're a DJ out there and this is something you can reuse. Let me know. I mean, I found this in the dumpster pretty much. Like, I thought maybe I can salvage some of the parts. So I salvaged this speaker with parts from here and the power supply, so it doesn't end up in the landfill, and the battery can still be salvaged as well. I don't know if I can salvage this anymore. I'll try, but I gotta clear some of the items in my studio. Anyways, I'll put a little video with music once I use a different phone. Okay, so it's been charging for a while. Let's see what it does. So let's turn it on. Let's see if it pairs up to my phone.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
All right.
Primo de latinos, Mexican Machine, ya llegué de donde andaba. No andaba aquí, yo andaba en Tijuana, tomando modelos y a veces micheladas. De chamaquito en la calle me pasaba. Mexican Machine con la máscara del Tri. De México a California ahora estoy aquí, rapeando con mi homie el beat. Con sus haciendo en el beat. Jeffrey y el Ryan están aquí en LB, haciendo música en estudios AMC. Pura energía positiva queremos aquí. Cuando vamos a la fiesta nos vamos a divertir. Cuando llegamos al club puro VIP. Drinking Hennessy, drinking Hennessy. Cuando llegamos al club puro VIP. Drinking Hennessy, drinking Hennessy. Móntate,